They think school reopenings, like the course of the pandemic generally, will mostly hurt black people, who are unlikely to vote for them anyway.
Welcome to this week's Wacky Moments of Leftist Extremism. It turns out the news media can't even report bad news without making it worse under the Trump administration. Multiple outlets pushed a false statistic this week that the U.S. GDP fell 32.9% in the second quarter. But the 32.9% figure is more than 3 times higher than what actually happened.
Some very bad news for the American economy. We've just learned that growth in the U.S. is now the worst that it has ever been on record, plunging into the first technical recession for the first time in 11 years. And the contraction in the second quarter, minus 32.9%, that is 4 times what we saw during the Great Recession, and it is far worse than the worst on record, which was about 10% contraction back in 1958. That is the reality of America's economy today.
Except CNN and many other leftist outlets just can't report reality. The second quarter rate dropped 9.5%. Even the New York Times could admit that. The 32% figure is from the annual rate of decline in GDP, but don't expect the leftist extremists to clarify that. They're really just too flustered this week after Jim Jordan played clips of them calling BLM and Antifa rioters peaceful protesters.
And frankly, we have a video we want to show that gets right to this point. Can we play that video, please?
Clear in how I characterize this. This is mostly a protest. It is not generally speaking unruly.
Peaceful protest.
Peaceful protesters.
Peaceful protest. Peaceful protest.
Peaceful protest.
Peaceful protest.
Ranking Republican Jim Jordan showed a graphic, selectively edited, nearly 8-minute montage of protests from around the country, which he claimed were anything but peaceful.
How could that be? Andrea Mitchell really upset there. How could you say that these protesters aren't peaceful if you're the leftist media? Let's just see how ABC News uses the terminology. Peaceful demonstrations only intensify when assaults occur and courthouses are set on fire, but they're still pretty darn peaceful. So we're not defending intense peaceful assaults and arson. MSNBC this week went for the dramatic in regards to the judiciary hearing featuring Attorney General William Barr. And this was pretty interesting. Cue up some music for this one.
At the same time, we have 150,000 Americans dead of coronavirus. So I was welcoming of Attorney General Barr finally coming before our committee for the first time. Unfortunately, what he did was distort, dissemble, deflect, blame, instead of just answering straight.
In order to distort answers, you might actually have to be allowed to give answers. Anyone who watched these hearings knows Democrats didn't even let Barr answer a thing.
I'm reclaiming my time, Mr. General. I'm reclaiming my time. Mr. Attorney General, I have short time.
Well,
Can you just tell me why you have not... Mr. Attorney General, I want to respect you, but I have a short time.
First, I'd like to respond to what you...
Would you please answer my question? My time is limited. I have the time. Thank you.
May I respond to these?
Reclaiming my time.
Yeah, I'm answering your question.
Well, you gotta let him answer. Reclaiming my time.
But MSNBC has Representative Dean's back on all of this.
Everything you've said, disingenuous, misrepresented things, disrespectful, dishonest. I got you. Let's say all those things are 100% true.
That's MSNBC Soap Opera Moment, brought to you by USAA. Give them a ring at the number below and let them know how you feel about that. It's not only that violent protests that the media doesn't understand, it's also the meaning of the word exclusive. In their excitement, CBS and NBC each touted their exclusive clips of the new Michelle Obama podcast. That multiple networks have exclusives just doesn't seem to bother anyone.
But tomorrow's debut episode will feature none other than President Barack Obama. We've got an exclusive clip for you.
This morning, we're getting an exclusive early listen. That's pretty good. We're getting an early listen to a conversation between former President Barack Obama and Michelle Obama.
We've got an exclusive clip for you. Check it out. The former president and first lady talking about how they were raised in the community.
I am so here for it. Number one, I love the picture of the two of them together. It's so relaxed and so intimate.
So intimate. Can you tell that CBS's Gayle King is a Democratic donor who vacations with the Obama family?
Last time I checked, he wasn't in the White House anymore. So I went on vacations with friends. That's how I see it.
CBS's Obama podcast PR was brought to you in part by Allstate. So give them a ring and let them know what their hands are supporting. Now let's conclude the day with how everything is racist once again on MSNBC, where Al Sharpton claims that COVID-19 is racist, and those who want schools to open, well, they just want to hurt minorities.
They think school reopenings, like the course of the pandemic generally, will mostly hurt black people, who are unlikely to vote for them anyway. And don't get me wrong, this callous demand to cram students into classrooms at any cost will absolutely hurt black and brown communities the worst. They say the House always wins, but if you allow Trump to gamble with the lives of American children, teachers, and staff, well, Republicans better get ready to lose the White House and the Senate. I got you.
What Al doesn't got is facts, like during the months of remote learning, 40% of black students received no educational instruction. But hey, don't let that prevent Al from smearing President Trump. That smear was brought to you by Jeep. Give them a call and fight back. You can also amplify your conservative views and values with great gear at mrc-store.com. Check out the shop. I do guarantee there's something you like. Also, check out mrctv.org for more great stories and videos. Be sure to like and subscribe on Facebook and YouTube. I'm Eric Scheiner for MRC TV. We'll be taking a quick break, but we'll be back in 2 weeks with more leftist media insanity.